We burn to see the next generation reached, and not just reached, but also discipled and sent out, released back into the marketplace, into the universities, into neighborhoods, to bring the kingdom of God in Berlin, and not just in Berlin, but also in the nation of Germany and in Europe as well. Things that happen in Berlin, they have a huge impact, not just on Germany, but also on Europe, because Germany is one of the key leading nations in Europe. Since planting Every Nation Kirche Berlin in 2008, we've seen over 280 people make first-time decisions for Jesus. We've seen over 120 people get water baptized. We've seen people come from atheistic contexts with basically zero knowledge of God and become passionate followers of Him, who in turn are passionate about sharing the good news with those around them. We had about 100 people show up, which we were not expecting because the weather also was quite cold. We had live worship, we had people getting baptized. In addition to that, we had 5 people sharing their testimonies of how they had come out of the New Age movement and become followers of Jesus. We had one young guy who the weekend before the baptism service had gone along to an ENC student weekend that our ENC campus team had run. And at that weekend, he'd gotten saved. He had made a decision to follow Jesus. And then 7 days later, the very next weekend, there he was at our baptism service. It was so amazing having him share his testimony, and there was just such a witness to people to see a life transformed and a person making real steps in their spiritual walk. There was another young German guy who had heard about our baptism service. He'd seen it on Instagram, and he traveled for 3 hours to be at our service. He was so moved by the testimonies and seeing people getting baptized that at the end, we put out a call for people who would like to spontaneously get baptized, and he responded and decided right there and then, although he wasn't planning to get baptized. He got into the water, he got baptized, and afterwards his face was just beaming. We're really trusting for a continued move of the Spirit of God. I can say that the harvest is ripe. I've seen God move in unprecedented ways that I would never expect, because He's faithful. So let's be the hands and feet of Jesus to a broken world that's waiting to hear the gospel.